Personally, I don't know if the zone can ever get beaten, but today we're gonna find out. Today we have a battle, a comparison between the zone, which you all know I absolutely love. Don't know if anything can actually replace the zone in my bag, but today we're gonna find out with a new disc that I've never thrown before, and that's the Entropy. So the Entropy is coming in with the same flight numbers as the zone, 4303. I think it has a little bit more rounded of an edge, and I also feel the underneath of the rim feels a little bit more slanted, which kind of makes it more pointy on the fingers, but nothing that feels uncomfortable, if that makes sense. That's really the biggest thing that I noticed, at least when it comes to a first impression hand feel. We're at a pretty short 9-hole course today, but it is super windy, which is kind of a good thing considering we have overstable approach discs. We can really see how overstable they are. This first hole is only 150 feet. Clearly there's not much to miss but a couple trees. I'm gonna start off with the zone because I'm a little bit more comfortable with the zone. Then we'll get into that brand new Entropy. And I'm saying it's brand new to me. I have no idea. I'm sure it's been out for a long time, but it's new to me. On a hole like this, I want to put them on a little bit of anhyzer. That way they fly relatively straight. No anhyzer. Wow, that's going to be beefy, huh? You can see what happens when you don't get them on a little bit of anhyzer. They just fall out very quickly. So that's kind of what happened with the Entropy here. Very short hole too, so kind of have to make sure you get on anhyzer. We're going to go red for Entropy and blue putter for the zone. A little tailwind, so I want to put this kind of high at the band, see if it drops. Yes, it dropped perfectly. That's why it's important to pay attention to the wind. Haven't been throwing the forehand very much recently, but definitely for these two discs in this comparison, I'm gonna have to throw it just so you guys can see. That's one of the main reasons it's so important, I think, to bag an overstable approach disc, because then you can put it on all sorts of angles, really trust it. You can trust it in wind, and personally, I just really love to throw a nice subtle flex forehand. Hole 2 here is actually a little tricky because you do have low ceiling, you have middle trees, you have left trees. You can kind of go forehand on the left side, or if you really wanted to, you'd hit this low ceiling on the right and throw a backhand hyzer. Now I think we're gonna try the forehand. The Entropy is up first because I like to flip-flop them each hole. This seems super overstable over there, even though it was a very short hole, but we'll see how it does on forehand for us. So I put it on a little anhyzer. It actually held for a little bit longer than I thought it would. I kind of thought that would come out a little sooner, but I'm guessing it came out a little wobbly too. I mean, after all, I have not been throwing forehands, so I'm sure I'm a little rusty. Try to hit the same type of line. Yeah, that's butter. That is almost an ace run, and that's probably just a little bit of how consistent I am with the zone and how familiar I am with the zone versus the Entropy. But that was a beautiful flight, and that is exactly why I love the zone. A slight headwind. I'm gonna try to really spin this one into the basket. Nice. Headwind putts don't have to be scary. I know oftentimes they are. But if you get a lot of spin on your putter, then it kind of just floats through the wind. Make sure you get it low and a little nose down. Of course, the zone was pretty much perfect. We got hole 3 here, 320 feet. Now you can kind of be a madman a little bit and go dead straight at this one with a nice forehand. Couple trees to miss on the right with the hyzer. Personally, the hyzer's a little bit wider, so we're gonna try to take that and also see the stability of these two discs. Now both of these should be stable enough where I can kind of put them flat for the most part and just let the disc hyzer to the basket. So that was super inside. I didn't really get everything on that. A little bit more power just because of how stable they are, I think, is my error. That is actually hilarious. Well, I didn't hit the gap either time. I'm gonna pick those up and try again. There we go. Man, so overstable. The nice little skip to the park job. Semi-cheating because we had to throw it twice, but we got to do what we have to do. Since we decided not to cheat with the zone, we kind of have a long look at it. Another tailwind, a little bit longer, so I got to put this once again kind of above the band. Oh, just not high enough. Honestly, if I had more pace on it, I think it would have got there, but you can kind of see that putt drop. Literally nothing in the way here, just big wide open field, but it is 250 feet, so it'll be interesting to see if we can get these discs there. I think the main concern is releasing them flat, let the stability carry to the basket. I think if we put these out on hyzer, it's gonna be harder to get to the basket. Going entropy first. Even that, I don't know if it's gonna get to the basket. Short of it. 250, probably not max power on that shot. Comes up a little short. Good to know for the zone. And you can see how I put that on hyzer, and it's never gonna have a chance. Very unforgiving, but good to note, had that headwind, even in the headwind, doesn't wanna flip at all. That's the great thing about overstable discs. Both discs coming up pretty short. You know, I think the other thing is putting them on some anhyzer and throwing more of a distance shot with them, and possibly we get there. Get there. Nope, just came out of the hand early. Hole 5, 420 feet. Obviously, it's clear. We're not gonna get these discs there, but it's a good hole just to show you guys the normal flights. So we'll try to put them on some flex backhands, because I think that's really the only thing I haven't necessarily done, at least from like a long distance. So we'll try to do that, see how far we get down the fairway, and we'll start with the zone. Maybe not enough height, but you kind of see the zone. It's a very slow pan to flat. It's really trying to fight out what's nice and slow as it fights out. The entropy, we'll try to put a little higher just to see if we can get a better glimpse of it. Yeah, so that's kind of what the zone would do if I threw it higher, and you can actually see how that fades out of it. So since I threw the zone a little bit more on a line drive, just got to flat, couldn't really see the hyzer, but that gets all the way out of it and starts dumping off at the end. Go in. Oh, I kind of pulled it. Nice. We're gonna go ahead and modify this next hole just because the tee pad, it's a blind tee shot. We're not gonna get there with these two discs, so it'd be kind of pointless to play. So we're just gonna bring it out maybe 100 feet and throw some forehand, see how straight we can get these two discs, and see if we can park the hole. So there's really nice anhyzer. I also like the height that I put on that one. If you remember when we threw it on hole 2, it kind of just stayed over on Annie. And I think since I put a little bit more height on it, we actually got a good flight out of it. Oh, I slipped. And we might have a birdie look. Kind of got hung up on some branches up top. So the entropy came up a little short. Funny enough, the zone is pin high. We're just gonna have a very tricky putt. I don't know if we can make it or not. A little first person point of view. There we are. How we putt this out of here, I have no idea. Something very scary just happened in there. I tried to get my putter and I punctured a hole in my shorts, in the back of my shorts. Any closer, it could have been very bad. You know what I mean? Hole 7, par 4, 400 feet. Definitely gonna play as a par 4 with these two discs. Again, just throw them as hard as we can. Comes out so quickly. Uh-oh. That's in the road. Hole 8, 180 feet, but a semi-technical shot here. Quite a few trees to miss. I think we're gonna try to throw a forehand flex that kind of holds over and gets to the basket. So forehand turnover, more like. Wow. Same tree. I'm gonna try to go straight at it instead because that is not working. It's 100 All right, that worked much better. The problem is we went like 100 deep. Turns out that's the easier shot here, folks. You know, we're 50 past, but we didn't embarrass ourselves again. That brings us to hole 9, folks, 270 feet. Remember over there, we couldn't make it 250, so I don't know if we can reach this hole. Well, I don't think we can reach this hole, but we're gonna really try. I gave it my best effort. Just a little short. Hit those branches. Nope. Lengthy ones again. I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. Let me know what you think of the multiple views, the multiple camera angles. I think it adds a little something to the videos, but you guys let me know. Maybe I'm just biased. But in all seriousness, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you've been enjoying it. Our last couple putts here. Once again, very lengthy ones. I haven't really been able to get enough spin on these lengthier ones, so I haven't been able to get them to the basket. Oh, that's close, man. This one's probably just inside circle, unfortunately. Get it? Nice. At least we could end on one decent one. All right, guys, there you have it. That's entropy versus zone. What do you guys think of the entropy? I just felt like I couldn't get it clean out of the hand. Very similar though, when I did get good releases, I think it was very similar to the zone, but you guys might have different opinions than me. So let me know down in the comments which one you're taking. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.